Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the full moon that's going to be happening in September. On September 20th, we have a full moon in Pisces. While the sun is transiting in Virgo, the full moon will be in Pisces. And to have a full moon in Pisces means things are changing, where there's going to be much more going outward in terms of compassion and understanding and kindness. When I think of Pisces, I think of understanding and compassion, because this is a very sensitive and emotional water sign. Now remember, one more thing, I am talking about the sidereal Vedic zodiac, not the tropical Western zodiac. So this is going to be more in reference to the stars. What I'm going to be talking about is the nakshatra that this full moon comes into being. Now we had the new moon 2 weeks prior that happened in Leo, and Purva Falguni, which represented the creative essence that's pouring out. People are more expressive. They want to create. They want to invent. They want to explore. And now we have the full moon coming to its fullness in the sign of Pisces, but the nakshatra it's in is so meaningful. It's in Uttara Bhadrapada. Uttara Bhadrapada's symbol is the serpent of the deep. And this is very, very elusive, very deep stuff that's going to come out about this. But you know, there is a lot going on in this area of the zodiac in terms of stars. And one thing is that Mercury at this time is going to be at the last degree of Virgo, which Mercury in Virgo is a great time for finishing up projects and particularly signing contracts, getting those things moving forward with communications, because actually the stars that are relative to this portion of the zodiac, Al-Janeb is the wing of Pegasus, and that particular star deals with oratory and writing abilities. And so does the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada. It deals with a deep intelligence, deep intuition, and it also deals with the power to speak. This particular nakshatra is also called the warrior star, because it is actually very fiery, even though it is in the sign of sensitive feeling Pisces, but it's a feeling. And this full moon is very close to the fixed star sheet, which is a very difficult nakshatra. So I'm getting that this is a time of deep introspection and awareness. Things are surfacing, coming to the surface, because Mars going into Virgo, Mars will have already crossed over the sun. That will have been, well, this is coming up in October. It hasn't happened yet, but Mars and the sun will finally come together around October 8th. But we're coming upon this period, so I know there's a building and a growing and a fear that's growing about what? The sun being in Virgo with Mercury and Mars deals with what's going on with health and disease. And yes, this is going to be a very difficult time for disease, health around the world. The virus is going to be coming back in another wave. That's what this predicts to me. But there's some deep things that are going on that we have no clue of, because the serpent of the deep is what rules Uttara Bhadrapada, where we have this full moon. And I think probably the things of the deep that we didn't know are starting to bubble up and surface. A lot of people are becoming very impatient and very angry. There's something boiling and brewing, and it's about to come to a head. And I get that the full moon being next to the fixed star sheet, that is one of the most treacherous fixed stars of all. It actually deals with sorrow. So there's going to be a lot that is bubbling up this month. By the time of this full moon is treacherous in many respects, but in other respects, it's bringing the truth. And that is treacherous. But we have to have these answers in order to move forward, to heal the planet. And that is where we're headed. We're headed into an ultimate healing. Another thing that's happening around this time, I'm talking on this full moon, September 20th, Jupiter will have reverted back into the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign that deals so much with the economy and what's going on in the world. Jupiter and Saturn will be transiting in the same sign between September 15th through November 20th in Capricorn. And a lot about the economy is going to be exposed and being surfaced and brought out. A lot of things about government and how they've dealt with all these world affairs. Things are going to change. And nothing is going to be hidden for that much longer. But so many people with these realizations and things that are happening are going to have a hard time believing it, even though the facts are there. Because this full moon brings things to awareness. Remember, that's what a full moon is. It's when the moon illuminates the darkness in the sky. And what does that symbolize? Awareness comes about. With this full moon in Pisces, in the nakshatra of uncovering secrets. And another thing is, Uttara Bhadrapada is a nakshatra. Its symbol is the back legs of the funeral cot. And what does that represent? Represents that there is a lot of fear emanating all over planet Earth concerning what? Death. And a lot of people's lives are in jeopardy right now with the state of our health. But the problem is we can have more help than we've been given. That's what's going to come up. Certain ways to help with the disease potential that has possibly been withheld until this time. This is where I see a healing coming. This is where I see the light coming out of the darkness. This full moon is very meaningful. You're going to see that this starts to bring light to the darkness. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information on me, sign up for my free newsletter where you can have all of my predictions delivered to your email address. Go to galacticcenter.org, and while you're there, check out my beautiful spiritual jewelry. And if you would like to study Vedic astrology with me, go to my university website, which is universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.